Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud commended the parliament for approving the Turkey-Somalia Defence and Economic Cooperation Pact on Wednesday, stating that the agreement aims to assist the Somali government in defending its country. Addressing reporters in Mogadishu after his speech to the parliament, President Mohamud emphasized that the Turkish government will aid in protecting Somalia's seas and resources, including combating illegal fishing, preventing pollution along the coast, and addressing piracy. We requested assistance from Turkey not to engage in conflict with Ethiopia or attack another country. Their support is geared towards defending our nation. That's the agreement we've signed with Turkey, stated the president. He further noted that the agreement will span 10 years, during which time the Somali Navy will be established and equipped. The Council of Ministers and both Houses of Parliament approved the agreement during separate extraordinary meetings in Mogadishu.
ayaa fadhida aamus ma jiro 3 xildhibaana diiday 213 waa ogolaadeen waa ansax walaadeen aad iyo aad u mahadsantihiin.
The 10-year pact was signed by Somali Defense Minister Abdulkadir Mohamed Noor and Turkish Defense Minister Yashar Gula during his official visit to Turkey earlier this month. The agreement entails training and equipment for the Somali Navy to safeguard the country's marine resources and counter threats such as terrorism and piracy. It is anticipated to facilitate more efficient utilization of Somalia's economic potential, spanning from fishing to tourism and energy resources. The agreement includes training and equipment for the Somali Navy to help it protect the African country's marine resources and threats, such as terrorism and piracy. For Somalia, it will pave the way for more efficient use of its potential economy, from fishing to tourism and energy resources. Ethiopia signed a memorandum of understanding with Somaliland. On January, the document has rattled Somalia, which said it's prepared to go to war over it because it considers Somaliland part of its territory. Somaliland says Ethiopia agreed to recognize its independence in return for a naval port. But Somalia sees such a deal as an act of aggression, even though Somaliland has enjoyed de facto independence for 3 decades.
maanta oo ay taariikhdu tahay 21 bisha labaad 2024 waa maalin taariikhiya.
Somali Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Bare described the defense and economic deal with Turkey as a historic day for the country after the Council of Ministers approved it.
Go'aan Soomaaliya u sameynaya saaxiib iyo walaal dhab ah oo ay caalamka ku yeelato waxaad meel mariseen heshiis khuseeya dhinacyada difaaca.
Somalia will have a true ally, a friend, and a brother in the international arena, he said. Details of that agreement have not been made public.
Wuxuu soo afjarayaa in aan badeena iyo waxa ku jiraba uga baqno.
Turkey is a key player in Somalia, one of several Gulf Arab states jockeying for influence in a country that lies on the shores of the Indian Ocean and the Gulf of Aden, a pathway to the Red Sea. For Somalia, it offers crucial support for security and development initiatives, while for Turkey, it represents an opportunity to expand its influence and deepen its engagement in Africa, said Mohammed Gas, an analyst who heads the think tank Rad Peace Research Institute in Mogadishu, the Somali capital. The Turkish Navy already operated off the shore of Somalia and in the Gulf of Aden under a UN mission to combat piracy and armed robbery since 2009. Turkey has been training Somali soldiers in recent years to contribute to the latter's attempts to build a national army. Ankara has a large military base in Mogadishu, and a Turkish firm is running its airport. Ankara also has close ties with Ethiopia, arming it with military drones that prevented the seizure of its capital by Tigrayan forces in 2022. The deal, upon acceptance by both sides, is set to commence within 24 hours of its ratification and entrusts Turkey with the responsibility of protecting the Somali waters in case of maritime violations. The UN Security Council in December removed an arms embargo against Somalia's government in place for more than 30 years, bolstering the government's mandate.